After their narrow escape from the crumbling chamber, Jake and Billy set out across the desert, the second glowing artifact in hand. But the weight of their discovery was heavy. They knew that their journey was only growing more dangerous with every step.
These artifacts, they're not just treasure, Billy, they're power. We need to be careful.
We'll be careful. But we can't stop now, Jake. There's too much at stake.
The sun was unrelenting, and the desert stretched endlessly before them. Days passed, and the weight of the journey began to take its toll. But the artifact's glow was their guide, always leading them forward.
This desert never ends. But the artifact's still pointing us somewhere.
It's leading us to the next one. We're getting closer, Jake. I can feel it.
As they climbed a particularly tall dune, they finally saw it. An ancient ruin, half buried in the sands. The artifact glowed brighter in Jake's hand, pulsing in rhythm with something hidden beneath the desert.
There it is. Looks like we found our next stop.
An ancient ruin. Perfect. Let's hope it's not cursed like the last one.
As they approached the ruins, they noticed strange symbols carved into the stone. The same symbols they had seen in the previous temples, but something felt different here. Darker, more dangerous.
These symbols, they're the same as before, but something's off.
This place is older, and whatever's waiting inside, it's not going to be friendly.
They entered the ruins cautiously, their weapons drawn. The air inside was cool and damp, a stark contrast to the scorching heat outside. The walls were covered in moss, and the ground was littered with broken stone and debris.
Stay alert. We don't know what's in here.
I've got your back. Just watch for traps.
As they ventured deeper into the ruins, the passage narrowed, and the symbols on the walls began to glow brighter. The air grew colder, and a sense of dread settled over them.
You feel that? The air's freezing. Something's wrong.
It's the artifact. It's reacting to something deeper inside.
Suddenly, the ground beneath them rumbled, and the walls began to shift. A massive stone door slid shut behind them, trapping them inside. The air was thick with dust, and the sound of ancient mechanisms echoed through the passage.
Damn it! The door just closed. We're trapped.
It's a trap. We've got to find another way out.
As they looked for an exit, the symbols on the walls flared to life, glowing with intense light. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and from the shadows emerged figures. Stone guardians, brought to life by the temple's curse.
Here we go again. More guardians.
We've got to take them down, or we're not getting out of here alive.
The guardians moved fast, their stone weapons crashing down toward Jake and Billy. The narrow passage made it difficult to maneuver, but they fought back with everything they had.
Watch your back, Billy. These things are faster than they look.
I've got it. Just keep them off me.
Billy fired arrow after arrow, each one striking with deadly precision. But the guardians were relentless, their stone bodies barely flinching from the attacks.
They're the tough. We need to hit them where they're weakest.
Their joints. Aim for the joints.
With one powerful swing, Jake struck a guardian's knee joint, shattering the stone and sending the creature crashing to the ground. But more were coming, their eyes glowing with dark energy.
Got one, but there's too many of them.
We've got to break the curse. The symbols are powering them.
Billy turned his attention to the glowing symbols on the walls, firing arrows at them with pinpoint accuracy. As each symbol shattered, the guardians began to slow, their movements becoming sluggish.
It's working. Keep going.
Almost there. Just a few more.
With the final symbol destroyed, the last of the guardians crumbled to dust, their dark energy dissipating into the air. The passage fell silent, but the sense of danger still lingered.
That's the last of them, for now.
We need to move. There's more to this place, and I don't think we've seen the worst of it.
They continued deeper into the ruins, following the glow of the artifact. The passage twisted and turned, leading them further underground, where the air grew colder and the darkness more oppressive.
It's freezing down here. Feels like we're heading straight into something bad.
Whatever's down here, it's powerful. We need to be ready.
At the end of the passage, they found a massive stone door, covered in intricate carvings. The artifact glowed brighter as they approached, reacting to something hidden behind the door.
This is it. Whatever's behind this door, it's big.
Be ready, Jake. This is where things get dangerous.
With a deep breath, Jake pushed the door open, revealing a vast underground chamber. At its center, a massive stone altar stood, and atop it, another glowing artifact, larger and more powerful than the ones they had found before.
There it is, the next artifact.
And whatever's guarding it is going to be worse than anything we've faced before.
As they stepped into the chamber, the air grew heavy, and the ground began to tremble. From the shadows, massive stone figures emerged, larger and more powerful than the guardians they had faced before.
Here we go again. But these ones are bigger.
And stronger. We need to be smart, Jake. We can't brute force our way through this one.
The figures moved slowly but with purpose, their stone limbs creaking as they raised massive weapons. Jake and Billy dodged the first strike, the ground shaking with the force of the attack.
It's slow, but if they hit us, we're done for.
We need to wear them down, aim for the cracks in their armor.
Billy fired an arrow, aiming for a crack in one of the figure's stone armor. The arrow struck true, and the stone groaned as the figure slowed, its movements becoming sluggish.
Nice shot, Billy. Keep hitting those cracks.
I'm on it. Just keep them off me.
With the figure weakened, Jake charged forward, delivering a powerful blow to its chest. The stone shattered, and the figure collapsed into rubble. But there were more coming, and time was running out.
One down, but we're not done yet.
We need to finish this fast, Jake. That altar's not going to wait forever.
As they fought their way through the stone figures, the altar began to glow brighter. The artifact's power was building, and the air around it crackled with energy.
That artifact's doing something. We need to get to it.
We've got to clear a path. Keep moving, Jake.
With a final burst of strength, Jake and Billy broke through the last of the stone figures, reaching the base of the altar. But as they approached, the air grew thick with dark energy, and a voice echoed through the chamber.
You have come too far for this force is not.
Who the hell is that?
We're about to find out.
From the shadows, a figure appeared. Cloaked in darkness, its form shifting and twisting as it stepped forward. This was no ordinary enemy. It was a guardian of the altar, bound by the artifact's power.
Another guardian, but this one's different.
It's stronger. Be ready, Jake.
The figure raised its hand, and dark energy crackled in the air. With a sudden burst of power, it unleashed a wave of shadow, engulfing the chamber in darkness.
Here it comes.
Stay sharp, Jake. This one's not going to be easy.
Jake and Billy fought back with everything they had, dodging the figure's attacks and striking with precision. But the figure's power was overwhelming, its dark energy consuming the room.
This thing's too strong. We can't keep up with it.
We've faced worse, Jake. Keep fighting.
As they struggled to keep up, the artifact in Jake's hand began to glow brighter, reacting to the dark energy around them. It pulsed with power, as if it was fighting back.
The artifact, it's doing something.
It's our only chance. Use it, Jake.
With no other option, Jake held the artifact high, unleashing its full power. A wave of bright light exploded outward, cutting through the darkness and forcing the figure back.
Take this.
It's working, Jake. Keep going.
The light from the artifact grew stronger, and the shadowy figure began to dissolve, its dark energy unraveling as the power of the artifact overwhelmed it.
It's falling apart. We're winning.
Just a little more, Jake. Don't stop now.
With one final burst of light, the shadowy figure let out an anguished scream, before disappearing completely, leaving behind only faint traces of dark energy that slowly faded into nothing.
It's over. We did it.
Barely. But yo, we did.
Exhausted but victorious, Jake and Billy stood in the now quiet chamber, the glowing artifact still pulsing faintly in Jake's hand. They had survived another battle, but the stakes were higher than ever.
This artifact, it's more powerful than we thought.
And more dangerous. We need to figure out what's really going on here.
With the artifact in hand, they turned to leave the chamber, knowing that their journey was far from over. The real danger was just beginning. and the world was waiting for them.
Let's go find the rest.